Hello everyone, I'm here today to let you know of an amazing opportunity we have afoot. What is this opportunity, you may ask? How about an opportunity to visit me, where I live, in this distant land, all by myself? Who knows how I got here? What am I doing over here? That's not the content of today's video. We'll answer those questions at another time, but the important thing is, how about coming over here to Japan where I live so that we can come take a trip together as the magical black girls that we are. Okay, getting ahead of myself, let me tell you what's going on and how this works. So, how is this possible, you may ask? What is this opportunity and where did it come from? Glad you asked. There is a company that exists called TrovaTrip, and what they do is this magical job where they connect influencers with their subscribers to come together anywhere around the world and meet up and take a trip basically and live their best lives traveling. It's amazing. Actually, I'm sure you've already seen some of your favorite influencers hosting trips through TrovaTrip, because me, even in my limited social media circle, I've seen 2 Black girl in Japan influencers also hosting trips through TrovaTrip. Now 3. Yes, so it's a thing that's been becoming popular recently, and I thought that you guys would also like to be a part of it. So now we know what TrovaTrip is. How does it work? So the way it works is that the community, my community in this case, will fill out a survey. The survey takes on average 2 minutes and will be linked below in the description box. You fill out the survey to answer the questions like, where do we want to go? How long do we want to be there? What time in the year would we like to go, and what would we like to do? How many people do we want to come? What kind of activities do we want to do? These are the questions you will answer in the survey. Doesn't it sound exciting? I filled out a couple of these already on my own, and I'll let you know I was having a blast, because if there's one thing I am good at, it is imagination. So I just be visualizing where I'm gonna be when this trip comes into fruition. So for now, that's your job. So you get to pick where we want to go in the world. They have a vast list of countries and when we'd like to go. So next year, fall, winter, spring, summer, for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4. Actually, no, 4 weeks is reasonable, but you get the point. And after enough of you guys fill out the survey, then the people in the TrovaTrip back rooms, the TrovaTrip offices will put together an itinerary for us based on your very specific survey answers. And thus, this is how your dream trip gets literally crafted into reality, so that the group that we want gets to go where we want on our own terms, how we want it. Sounds great. Okay, now we know the basics of what we're doing, how it works, and what our individual roles are. Next, let me give you my suggestions. So, obviously, as I mentioned before, this trip is crafted by the community, by you, my lovely subscribers. But, yeah, I would like to put in my 2 cents, 3 cents. So, obviously, majority rules. We're gonna go wherever y'all wanna go, and we're gonna do it how y'all wanna do it. But if I may interject my teeny tiny humble opinion, let me tell you what I think would be a good idea for us all to consider. 1, the place. Obviously, I'm heavily biased to Japan. Y'all gonna do what y'all wanna do? Just gonna put that out there. If we could come visit at least the first trip of maybe many in the future, if this goes well and we all love each other and we have a blast and this goes down and it's one of our most fabulous treasured memories in our entire lives, why not do whatever year? You know, I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, Japan, heavily biased. I'm in Kyoto. We can go to Tokyo. We can go to Osaka. We can go to Okinawa if we're going in the summer. We can go to Beppu, hit the hot springs. We can go to Fukuoka, eat the ramen. Okay, getting ahead of myself again. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Anyways, just know, if we were to pick Japan, there are a lot of specialized information and things experience-wise that I could supplement the trip with personally that I would not be able to do if we went anywhere else in the world. Disclaimer over. Point 2, the time. So these trips, if they're international, are usually planned minimum 6 months in advance. So, as much as I would love for you guys to come to Japan and see Sakura season, which is literally a dream come true, my dreams coming true, and I'm sure I can't be the only one, so many of your guys' dreams would also come true, I feel, if you came to Japan during Sakura season. But alas, Sakura season is March and April every year in Japan for the area that I live in. And April is only 5 months from now. So that doesn't give us enough time to plan a Trova trip in the time frame that Trova Trip recommends. So spring is out for next year. What I'm thinking personally is if we were to go in fall of 2024, fall of next year, you would catch my personal second favorite, but many humans' first favorite season in Japan, fall. Fall is particularly beautiful in Kyoto. People travel from all areas of Japan to Kyoto in fall just to see the fall foliage because it's that notorious. I live there. So anyways, my recommendation for time frame of the trip, if you didn't have one yourself, would be November 2024. So that will be exactly 1 year from now. That gives us exactly 1 year to plan out this trip, get all the details done, get our passports and our visas. I don't know where you come from. You might need a visa. Get all of our affairs in order so that we can come to Japan in 1 year and live our best lives together for whatever time span we choose. Okay, so that is my recommendation for time period, November 2024. In addition to the time issue, you should know. So I am here as a student. I am scheduled to graduate in March of 2025, which means after March of 2025, my presence in this country is no longer guaranteed. So I personally am not comfortable planning anything around in 2025. Early 2025, January to March, I'll be preparing for my thesis defense and graduation. And then after graduation, like I said, we're going to have visa issues. So next year, 2024, is the only time span that I think is feasible for this trip. And so please keep that in mind when you're answering your questions. Okay, now that you guys know this sitch, please go to the description box below and fill out that survey as soon as possible. Your answers are, as I mentioned before, what are literally creating this trip from nothing. So the faster you can answer, the faster we get information to plan this trip, and the earlier I can start making videos on the specific things we're gonna need to do this trip together successfully in high fashion or low fashion, whatever you like. High comfort, low fashion. High comfort, low stress. That's the deal. So earliest we can get this moving, the earlier we can proceed. This survey is the very first step of planning a trip with Trova Trip. So after we get the survey settled, then there's going to be more steps coming in the future that I'm not going to talk about now because they're irrelevant. So just know getting this done as quickly as possible is in both of our best interests. Just keep in mind that your active participation is what puts the you in YouTube. So that makes this not just a platform of just creators and subscribers, but a community where we all can even meet up in person and do amazing things like this. Travel the world together and basically become besties in real life. Magical. So thank you for being an active member in my community and also in my life. I can't wait to progress our relationship to this next very exciting stage. So that's all for now. Please fill out the survey and I'll see you in the next video. Mata ne! Bye!